This rich boy never thought he would fall in love with a poor girl. The story begins with Susie, a resilient girl from a modest background. Despite facing severe financial difficulties and her father's declining health, Susie's parents are determined to give her the world. They invest their entire life savings to enroll her in a prestigious school, hoping this sacrifice will open doors to a brighter future. Susie's journey begins at this new school, where she crosses paths with Shen, a wealthy but arrogant boy. Their first meeting is a disaster. While walking to class, Shen speeds past her on his motorcycle, accidentally drenching her with muddy water. This awkward and frustrating encounter sets the stage for a complicated relationship that will span years. At school, Susie finds comfort in a new friend, Moo. Moo is kind-hearted and quickly notices that Susie feels out of place, offering her friendship and guidance. However, Susie struggles academically, especially with math. During a class test, Shen childishly snatches her notebook to tease her about her bad grades. Embarrassed and annoyed, Susie storms off. Later, Shen tries to return the notebook, but Susie ignores him completely, even placing a chair on his foot in a moment of defiance. Shen, not knowing how to react, simply leaves the notebook and walks away. Later, Shen's friend confronts Susie, sarcastically mentioning that Shen's foot was injured and he needed a doctor. Feeling guilty, Susie uses her limited ATM money to pay for the medical bill. However, things get complicated when Shen and his friends use that money to throw a party. Moo, furious on Susie's behalf, confronts Shen and reveals the hard truth. Do you realize that money was Susie's entire monthly budget? Stunned and regretful, Shen quietly transfers the money back to Susie. But Susie, full of pride, withdraws the cash and returns it to him, refusing his pity. Later, we see Susie on the rooftop, stressed about her finances and grades. Shen finds her and offers a deal. He wants to tutor her in math. Susie initially refuses, but Shen asks, "If you fail, who suffers the most?" Remembering her parents' sacrifices, she reluctantly agrees. Under his guidance, her score shoots up to an 85, filling her with pride. Just as they begin to get close, tragedy strikes. Susie leaves school temporarily, and when she returns, she is distant. Confused, Shen begs for an explanation. Susie tearfully confesses that her father has passed away, leaving her emotionally shattered. Shen, heartbroken but understanding, respects her need for space. 2 years pass with almost no contact. As high school ends, a farewell party brings them together. Shen's friend reveals to Susie that Shen has changed for the better because of her. During the party, the lights suddenly go out. In the darkness, Shen finds Susie and hugs her tightly. When the lights return, he confesses, "I love you, please be my partner." He suggests they live and study together. Susie remains silent. Shen takes this as hope, but as they part ways, Susie cries. She has secretly decided that she will never see him again. Years pass, and everyone moves on to college. Susie meets a kind senior named Joan, who takes care of her. They work part-time together, and rumors spread that they are dating, though Susie sees him only as a friend. One day, just as Susie is leaving work, she runs into Shen. The tension is high as Shen grabs her hand. Joan steps in, declaring, "I'm Susie's boyfriend." Shen confidently replies, "I am also her boyfriend." Later, the three go to a temple to write their wishes in a guest book. Shen tries to see what Susie wrote, but she hides it. Taking advantage of a moment alone, Shen demands to know why she keeps pushing him away. When tension explodes that night at a restaurant, Susie drinks too much and passes out, murmuring Shen's name in her sleep. This gives Shen hope, but the next day, Joan breaks ties with Susie, telling her, "Believe it or not, you still love Shen." Susie realizes she needs closure and confronts Shen at his hotel. She asks why he won't leave her alone. Shen asks a heartbreaking question. "Why didn't you say no that day at the party? Why did you kiss me? I've been waiting for you like a fool." Susie replies that perhaps waiting was a mistake, and they part ways once again. 3 more years pass. Everyone has graduated. Moo is now a medical student, nursing her old crush, James, who is sick in the hospital. Meanwhile, Susie is living a quiet life. One day, she runs into Shen again. He insists on visiting her home, where he sees Susie and her mother making paper dolls for money. Shen tries to help, but Susie dismisses him, saying he'll ruin the work. Undeterred, Shen stays up all night making the dolls to prove his devotion. The next morning, Susie sees Shen's hands covered in cuts from the bamboo sticks. Realizing that this wealthy boy worked hard just for her, she finally accepts his love. They agree to be together. Their relationship faces one final, brutal test. Susie struggles to find a job in Beijing, while Shen is willing to follow her anywhere. They eventually reconnect at a train station in Shanghai, deciding to live together. However, life gets heavy. Susie's uncle reveals that her mother has cancer and needs expensive treatment. He warns Susie not to ask Shen for money, as Shen has already sacrificed too much, including his job. Desperate, Susie borrows money from Joan, who is now dating Shen's sister, for her wealth. When Shen finds out Susie went to Joan instead of him, he is devastated. He feels betrayed and useless. In a fit of rage, Shen pays Joan back and confronts Susie. The argument back at their apartment breaks them. Shen shows Susie an IOU note she wrote him, proof that she never saw them as equals. He cries, "Since 2007, you've never truly let me in." Feeling unloved and neglected, Shen breaks up with her. 2 years later, in 2016, Susie visits the old temple. She checks the wish book and is shocked to see that Shen had only written her name years ago. He had loved her deeply all along. Realizing her mistake, she learns Shen has moved to New York to escape the painful memories. The movie ends with Susie traveling to New York. She sees Shen from a distance but hesitates, unsure if she should approach him. The film leaves us with an open ending and a powerful lesson. True love is rare, and if we let our ego and insecurities get in the way, we might lose it forever. We must cherish the people who treat us with patience and steadfast affection before it is too late.